Hello and welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about an issue with myself, and let me just answer the question. Is this a filler video? Yes. I don't really have a whole lot else to talk about, so whatever, I'll talk about myself. I know this is pretty different from what you guys normally see from me. However, this is an issue that is actually basically just affecting me uh almost day to day, and it's become incredibly annoying, like incredibly irritating. I just hate it so much. And what is this thing? It's my memory. My memory has seriously, I think at least, declined over the last few years. When I was pretty young, I could remember, for example, like when I was young, I could remember basically almost all my teachers' names, even like ones that honestly weren't even that memorable. I can still like remember their names. However, since like a few years ago, maybe it's because I've just grown up, or maybe like my fucking ADD is kicking in again. I don't know, but yeah, I have been diagnosed with ADD in the past, so I don't know. Maybe that's just a side effect of this. Again, I don't know, but I cannot remember any of my teachers' names basically from like a few years ago. Like it is really, really difficult for me to remember them. I have to like dig back into the back of my memory to like remember even like memorable teachers. Like it has become like kind of that bad. Again, I don't know what is causing this. Hopefully, it's not something like super, super serious. Hopefully, at the worst, it's just, again, ADD kicking in and just me not having a good attention span. So, you know, I'll just forget things very, very often. So, again, hopefully that's the issue. But I don't know. Maybe it's just, again, me getting older. Who knows? But honestly, that's not even the worst part. The worst part is honestly recalling names. I cannot for the life of me recall names. And this doesn't just happen in real life too. When I'm watching, for example, just I need to bring in anime and everything, but when I'm watching, for example, like an anime, like right in the middle of it, even when I'm like mid watching it, a main character's name I struggle to remember most of the time. And that is incredibly embarrassing. But again, that's just how bad my memory is. Like, even when a character says the main character's names a lot, or the name of a main character a lot, I just cannot recall them most of the time. I mean, even like I just really have to like again really try hard to remember that, and that shouldn't be what's happening. That shouldn't be what I have to do, but that's just what I have to do, and it's like I don't know why. It's just kind of funny, but it's also just again incredibly irritating. Like I hate it. But again, this also isn't just anime. This is also just real life as well. Like I just struggle recalling names in general. But honestly, that's not even the worst part. I would say like that's honestly the second to worst part, even though I just said it was the worst part. But that's honestly the second to worst part. The worst part is me just completely forgetting something immediately after I put it somewhere. Big example. I was planning on watching Cowboy Bebop again. It's been a while, so I was just planning on rewatching it. Uh about I would say a week ago, I placed it somewhere. Where did I place it? I don't know where the fuck I placed it. It's just completely gone from my memory. I remember picking it up and putting it somewhere for some stupid reason. I had no idea why I picked it up and thought, let me paste it in the spot where it's not even that easy to find. But yeah, I just placed it somewhere. Don't remember where I placed it, and that was like only a week ago. That was not that long ago. But that's not even the worst offender. Like that's okay, I would say that's not even like terrible. That's not that bad. However, what is bad is when I'm, for example, just placing a guitar pick somewhere or placing my phone somewhere, and then 10 seconds later, like not even like 10 seconds later, like even 5 seconds later, when I'm just walking away to do something else and I just focus my mind somewhere else, no, it's just gone. Like my I just cannot recall it, and then I have to just go searching for it, and I just panic because I'm like, where did I place my guitar pick? Where did I place my phone? And I just panic so much, like internally, when I just like I shouldn't. Like this is just something that I should just recall, and I know most of the time it's just me just focusing on something else, and then just me struggling to focus on another thing, just as I because I focused on something else entirely. But still, at the very least, I should just remember, like, in a general area where I placed it, but most of the time I can't even do that. Most of the time I'm just still just like panicking in that panic mode, and I'm like just searching everywhere for it. And it's just, again, that's why I hate my memory. It's just so bad. I don't know why. It is just I've just really struggled with remembering shit over the last few years. The only way for me to really remember something, honestly, is to just pound it and repeat it and just constantly just do that. And it's just, again, I hate having to do that just to remember something that well. But honestly, that's just really one of the only ways I've been able to remember things over the past few years, like pretty well. But another thing I want to talk about, so this isn't just me rambling on about an issue that I've been having. I want to do a rant about some things I've been dealing with, like audio wise and just recording wise. First of all, remember when I said about a month ago that I didn't have any problems with my Evo 8 audio interface, and there really wasn't any issues with it? That was kind of a lie, and this isn't like me making a stupid mistake again. This is like an actual issue. When I'm recording a lot of the time, like I would say 6 times out of 10, there's like a lot of popping and crackling in the recording, like a lot. Like it happens basically almost constantly throughout the recording, and it is incredibly noticeable, especially to somebody like me who's pretty critical, who's like pretty critical, who's like a pretty critical listener. It is just incredibly annoying. Like I hate it. And again, it happens pretty often as well, and I don't know why. It's probably just the preamps like fucking up or whatever, but it's just I hate it. It's just really annoying. Another thing that's annoying, Mixcraft crashes all the time. That's probably the biggest issue I have with Mixcraft, honestly. But the second biggest issue is honestly the delay when recording something and just hearing something at the same time and just trying to keep on time, because there is a delay for recording, like a 20 millisecond delay, and if I try to do it any lower, every time I pause, it'll have a very noticeable pop, like basically every time. So obviously do not want that, because, again, a critical listener, like that's the bane of any critical listener's existence. So, I just avoid that. But at the same time, that also introduces latency, which is also pretty annoying. So, yeah, that's basically it. I know, like, again, these were just very different topics I just talked about, but still, I want to just at least talk about something else rather than just my memory problems. But yeah, that's basically it. I don't have all else to talk about, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.